I had been asked a question about why I believe in Jesus. Hey, well, Mom, come here.
Sorry, I got stuff going here to get going.
I know, Mom, that's okay. But I had this person ask me online why I believe in Jesus, because I told him that the power of the gospel is in the cross of Jesus, is in his death. And he asked me why I believed in that story about Jesus and not in Mithra or Krishna or Horus, who Bill Maher, in his religious film, and apparently a whole bunch of other people, they say there's all these similarities, like having 12 disciples, being crucified, being baptized. They quote all these differences. Now, had you heard of all those similarities between all these gods? No? See, that's the thing.
But here's what my world history professor told me. That in the 1st century A.D., when Christianity came along, it was such a superior religion. It gave people hope. It was a God who came after them. And this is a world history guy who is, he's at Holland University.
Okay, so he's not Christian or Christian-based. He's not in a Christian university.
No, he was at Holland University, and he said, it was such a superior religion that many religions copied it.
See, they're saying it's the reverse, of course, but you're saying that many of the religions copied it because...
This is what my world history
This is what your world history professor said. Okay, well, thank you. Because, you see, that's the thing. I don't know about Krishna, and because I think I've read maybe one article on him, and it was a story about his life in the Yoga Journal, and it didn't mention anything like what they're saying. And Yoga Journal is one of those magazines that's always, one mind, one body, one spirit type thing, and they get articles about the similarities between Buddha and Christ and their teachings on forgiveness and love and tolerance and all. And they never mentioned any of these similarities. Plus, as far as Mithraism, I had read about that, but that was a secret society, like a mystery religion of Roman soldiers mainly. And because it was a secret society, I was my understanding that we didn't know a whole lot about it. There wasn't like a Bible of Mithra that a whole bunch of people read. Only initiates could understand the mysteries of the religion. All I knew was that it was for soldiers, it was Roman, and that it involved bull's blood. And then, but Horus, I would have thought I came across Horus, something about Horus back then, because from the time I was 10 until well out of college, I just read everything that I could get my hands on that I came across on Egypt. Any book, any magazine, archaeological magazines, National Geographic, if it had pyramids or King Tut or anything that said Egypt, I read it for 15 years, pretty much. And, I'm listening to this this litany that Bill Maher is reciting in his religious movie, and it's going ding, ding, ding with all these similarities, and I'm going, there's no bells ringing in this head. There's no bells here, because I don't remember anything like that, nothing like that being there in all that reading that I did. And I determined to go do research in big dusty tomes in libraries, not online, because I don't trust online. But when this question came up, I did go online. I haven't had time to go to the Library of Congress or something like that. I just went to online to see what was out there, what people were taking into consideration. And there seems to be one book that came out around 2000, 2001 that people are referencing. There's a whole bunch of people quoting this book, basically, and then a couple of sites, Christian and non-Christian, apparently, that are debunking the myth. People that are really into Egyptian mythology, they're saying, that's ridiculous. And then Christians, they're saying that that's ridiculous. And their stories of Horus pretty much agree. The non-Christian actually had... or was it the Christian? Well, on what they both... The Christian, I think, had more things that they debunked. But beyond general similarities of both being called sons of God, they didn't have all these similarities between Christ and Horus. And so I was just making this video to answer that the reason that I believe in the story of Christ being the one who died for us and having that power of his death for us is because that's the only one that I heard. Growing up, that I've read anything about that. And I am going to do more research because they did have more things about the story of Horus that I had never heard on these other websites that were debunking all this.